Thank you so much, Carol and Karen, for your willingness to help out with our Advent wreath this morning. Did you have a chance to play Quirkle this past week with your family? It's okay if you didn't. Because more importantly, did you discuss John the Baptist and his call to prepare a way for the Lord? What did you do to help your family prepare this Advent season? Did you do anything in this Advent season to prepare for Christmas that's coming? Decorations, right? Well, that's something, right? Have you ever had someone tell you a lie?
No.
When someone tells a lie, or perhaps even if you tell a lie, it isn't fun, is it? Have you ever heard someone say, "Don't put your trust in people"? Today's scripture passage from Psalms gives advice to not trust people. That's hard advice to follow. All of us live life by depending on and trusting other people. We must trust others. None of us can live all by ourselves. We must rely on others to provide the things we need. We cannot keep ourselves safe and happy without trusting other people. However, we can't trust other people completely. Sometimes someone may lie to us. Sometimes we may feel let down by others. Sometimes others may have so many needs and cares of their own that we can't depend on them. If we can put our complete trust in others, we may be disappointed. All of this talk of lies and disappointment makes me feel kind of sad. Each week in Advent, we have been talking about board games that teach us the same lessons that are found in scriptures. Today, the board game I want to talk about makes truth-telling and even lying fun. The game is called Box of Lies. Have you ever played it or heard of it? Okay, this is a game of bluffing. That sounds a little bit better than lying, right? Box of Lies is a bluffing game of hilarious objects based on the Box of Lies game played on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. So maybe you've watched The Tonight Show, adults, and you've seen it, but maybe you're asleep like me and you've not seen it. On a player's turn, the player secretly opens one of the mystery boxes and looks at the card inside. The player then describes the strange object on the card to an opponent, and the player can either lie about the object or tell the truth, depending on whether they flipped the truth or lie tile. The challenge for the player is to convince the other player that he or she is lying when that person is actually telling the truth, or truth-telling when that person is really lying. Players who trick their opponents will win the round. If you don't trick the other player, that means that the opponent wins. So if you've ever played the Icebreaker 2 Truths and a Lie, it's pretty similar to that, right? And in the Icebreaker 2 Truths and a Lie, you say 2 things about yourself that are true and 1 that's a lie, and the people in the room have to guess which is the truth and which is the lie, right? And so it's another bluffing style game where you kind of do your best to fool people. It's a silly game based on keeping a straight face while either lying or telling the truth. It should be hard to tell a lie without laughing or letting the way you act give the secret away. Do you think you would be good at this game? I've always been terrible at 2 truths and a lie, so I would probably not be great at this game. The game wouldn't be fun if we told the truth every time. But if we lied all the time, that wouldn't make the game any more fun either. Just when we put trust in the other player to tell us the truth, we may discover that the player has tricked us and was lying to us, and we could become disappointed when we lose the game. That is why the psalmist tells us to put our final trust in God. God will never let us down. God watches over people, even those people others may have forgotten, including prisoners who are away from their families, the poor and lonely during this Christmas season, and people with disabilities. Our lesson learned from the psalmist today is that we can absolutely trust God in all things. We can trust God for the future as well. Advent is about looking